Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to Danny's Detours, where we talk about anything and everything life related, and consciousness is our canvas. Welcome back to the channel, guys. And you already know the score. I'm out and about and again with my two favourite compadres, Paddy and Willow. But yeah, I've tried. The first time I recorded a video before, who knows, maybe it's the universe's way of saying, no, come on, this one's the right moment, you're in the right place, because I actually recorded a video over yonder down there, and for some reason it wouldn't allow me to rotate it, but when I tried rotating it, it just wouldn't upload for whatever reasons. I don't know. I'm not really all too tech savvy with the iPhones, but like you say, every day is a school day, and we learn, don't we? But yeah, I'm just sat on this little log over here, and there's a little bit of I think a couple of people have been doing a little bit of camping, been making a fire over here. But yeah, thank you so much. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for the love and support. I can't get my words out today. But yeah, we're on 109 subscribers now, which is absolutely fantastic, guys, To everyone who has liked, comment and subscribed to the channel, thank you so much, I'm really, really, really happy with the way the progress and where the channel's going. But yeah, I'm just literally sat down on this field here, guys, look at this, what I'm doing now. It's all free, as is everything else that should be in life, guys, because everything that was put here by God was here to be enjoyed and here to be shared, wasn't it? So yeah, but morning. So yeah, well, we've got a visitor here. We've got one of little Paddy's little mates here. Yeah, so like I say, we're just out. It's an absolutely fantastic day today. The sun's shining, the birds are chirping, and it's absolutely fantastic. But yeah, like I always say, you've got to be the end product, guys. You've got to literally step into knowing who you are, what you are, which is Christ consciousness, because your innermost intuition, that will tell you everything that you need to know in this life. That will tell you everything that you need to know, because everything that you always seeked and everything that you always wanted was already within you. See, we look too much to the external, the validation, of other people, this and that, and it's the more we seek it, the harder it is to find. When, do I say it? Everything is already here within us. Everything is already here within us, because it's like what God said. Sorry, Jesus said, seek the kingdom of heaven, for it's already within. Because that means you are the source, you are the power, because you come from the divine. You are Christ consciousness. So always remember that, irrelevant of all the madness, all the distractions, because guess what? Everything that is going on in the world right now is here to distract you and take you away from your God-given right of knowing where you come from and who you are. They don't want you to know this. They want you to think that you're just a human. You're just a body in existence. But guess what? The universe, it runs through you, You're not existing in the universe. You are the universe, because you are a fragmentation of it. And we are all connected. We are all one. We are all divine. So that's where we come from. We are all God in a way, because we are creators. We wasn't put on this earth to be, consumers or slaves, the powers that be, because obviously we've got different people with different beliefs. Some, a lot of people follow the devil and the satanic. Hence why I believe now in this world that we are currently in, everything's promoted now. If you look on Instagram, look at a lot of the people who are successful, everything's pointed towards sex, or it's pointed towards you get what I'm saying, guys, you get a lot of these young girls, and, I'm not, listen, each to their own and that, I'm not calling people here, but you've got to understand that a lot of these ideals and a lot of these outlooks and stuff like that, it is satanic. Because when you actually peel back the layers and look at it, it all starts to make sense, and you start to realise and understand that the powers that be, the elites, they put these things in position for a reason. We've got 5G, we've got, with so many distractions now, and, a lot of people now, they don't even know where to look. You don't have to look anywhere, guys. All you need to do is look within. For everything that you always seeked and ever wanted was always within you. You can manifest anything into your life, guys. If you want to be wealthy, you've got to get up every day and say, I am wealthy, thank you. You know, if you want health, you know, you've got to step into that health. Wake up every day knowing. Because many a times, you know, throughout all of my life, I've spent it fighting and pushing against everything, you know, and believing a certain set narrative of what I thought was right. But the only thing that, you know, I come to realise was it was a concept of myself, of what I believed other people thought that I was. But that never was you in the first place. That never was you in the first place, guys. You know. Come on, Padster. We'll start having a bit of a walk. You know, you already was perfect when you first come into this life. You know, you got born into a family. Your family might have been Muslim or it might have been Christian. I don't know. I don't really care, guys, because at the end of the day, when you first come, ask yourself this question. When you first, and I'm not knocking anyone who follows a religion. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just asking you to become aware and actually look at it from a bird's eye view and understand when you first come into this life, yeah, you was a pure angelic soul. Everyone was, yeah? But it's only until you started getting taught about a religion, or you learned about a race, and then you started to learn about your parents and who they are and what their ideals were on the world. And you know, like some of our parents come from poor backgrounds and they said to us, you know, oh, I can't afford that, we can't afford that. Well, they're telling the universe that they can't afford it. So what is the universe going to reflect back to them? It's going to give you every single situation, scenario reflecting that you cannot afford it. Whereas if you turn around to yourself and say, well, wait a minute, how can I afford it? Come on, this way. Come on. If you say, how can I afford it? Then guess what? The universe will start to, you know, that's when your subconscious and your brain starts to work, and it starts to starts clicking together, and you start to realise that guess what? You know, everything is already within you. And it always was, and it always will be. We look too much to the external, to the outside, you know, looking for the answers. But guess what? The answers are already there within you. They always was. Because that's the power of Christ, you know, that is literally the power of our consciousness. Of being aware, ultimately aware. And at the end of the day, that's all we need to worry about, you know. So yeah, but it's an absolutely fantastic day today. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, everybody's happy, you know what I mean? And that's all that matters, guys, you know, living in the present moment, not worrying about the future, because guess what? The future does not exist, neither does the past. Attaching yourself to that past, attaching yourself to all that trauma, all these things that have happened, that is not who you are. It's not who we are, because we are literally just taken out. We are just undergoing soul contracts. Who's to say that you've had a really traumatic life, right? Yeah, you've been through all sorts. I don't know. It could have been anything, and we all endure trauma in our lives. When you first come into this life, you probably took out a soul contract for that, and you made that agreement with the divine that you would undergo all these trials, tribulations, for whatever reason, to basically progress your soul onto the next level and just to ascend. Because that is literally, you know, too many people attach themselves to the external, to this body. You know, they become, like, say if they go to a gym and then they're like, oh yeah, I'm a bodybuilder, but it's like, that's not who, yeah, obviously I'm not saying, you know, you can do whatever you want, but that is not who you are. Internally, that is not who you are. Externally, people might perceive you as that. You know, by looking at you saying, oh, that's John the bodybuilder, or that's John, or that's Frank the mechanic, you know what I mean? But you've got to look at it in a deeper sense, you know, because that is what you call attachment to a system that was created, which was always created in the first place to distract you from a truly realizing who you are and what you are, which is Christ consciousness, ultimate awareness, infinite intelligence, wealth, health, abundance, whatever you want to call it. I just invite you guys just to come along, understand what I'm saying to you, and just give it some thought, you know. Just give it some thought and realise and think to yourself, why are we here? You know, it's like money. Even look at money. Money was created. It was created for a reason, weren't it? As commerce. But at the end of the day, it's not who you are. You know, we attach ourselves too much to these things and the systems that be, and they know this, and this is how we are controlled. But guess what? It's like what I'm doing now, right? I'm out in nature, connecting, walking through the grass, feeling it bristling against my legs, you know. And it's free. Doesn't cost a penny. So just think about that, guys. You know, even when you are when you're going to these shopping places. Listen, I don't say money's neither good nor neither bad. Obviously, all money is energy, as are we. If you become and you turn yourself into alignment, if you want to attract it, guess what? It will attract towards you. So yeah, never forget that, guys. I love you so much. Thank you so much for the love and support. It really does melt my heart. 109 subscribers, absolutely fantastic. To everyone that has liked, comment and subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. And if you haven't done that, please do invite you to do so, because it really does help my channel grow. I'm really enjoying this, you know, giving my insights on life, and you know, just a little bit of a reflection as to like the wisdom that I've learned along the way in my trials and tribulations. But from me, Danny Detours, Paddy and Willow, love you loads and hope you have a fantastic day. Peace.